Hypergamy. This is a word that gets thrown around quite a lot in the men's self-improvement space, or manosphere, as they call it. And it's a very misunderstood word. A lot of guys don't really understand hypergamy and also how to carry themselves after the fact. You know, knowing what they know about hypergamy, how do you carry yourself as a man? I think the first thing we need to do is define the word hypergamy, because it sounds like some Harry Potter spell. Hypergamy, right? What does it actually mean? I've got the definition right here in front of me. The dictionary definition of hypergamy is the action of marrying or forming a sexual relationship with a person of a superior sociological or educational background. Okay? So basically, marrying someone doing better than you in every way, shape, or form, right? And this is something that women tend to do more than men. Men don't really care about sort of the status necessarily or the wealth of a woman that they're looking to marry. Of course, we want to make sure she's a good girl from a good family and respectful and all these things, of course. But we don't look at resources. We don't look at her standing within society, you know, what position she has in her company. And, you know, millionaires would marry a girl, a barista that makes coffee and earns $10 an hour, right? We're very different, is the point I'm making here. A lot of guys that I speak to seem to be offended by the fact that women want a man that does better than them, that makes more money than them, that has a higher status or standing in society than they do. They find that really frustrating. Oh, they only want you for your money, and they'll start saying these things, and they don't care about you. And I want guys to take a step back for a second, calm down, and understand gender dynamics a little bit better. When women think of marriage, gentlemen, they think about provision and protection. They want a man who's competent enough to provide financially, to put a roof over her head in a safe neighborhood. And they want somebody who is able to protect them as well physically from any danger that may be around, right? Provision and protection. These are very adequate and fair needs from a woman. This isn't something that should offend you. If it does, then I'm sorry to say you're in your feminine as a man. If you're offended by the fact that a woman wants you to provide and protect, then you are in your feminine energy. This is something that you should embrace as a man. You should honor the fact that you are the leader of your household. It's a beautiful responsibility. They call it the burden of performance, right? The burden of performance around the shoulders of men is something that we shouldn't despise or resent. It should be something that we fully embrace and feel honored that we're bestowed this responsibility, right? Now look, there are going to be some women that you encounter that will put a specific number on things and say, if you ain't making this amount of money, insert the number, 100K usually, million, whatever it is, right? If you ain't making this amount of money, I don't want anything to do with you. Good. They filter themselves out. If you're someone that doesn't make $1 million and she says, I'll only date you if you make $1 million, well, then you ain't going to date her, are you? Now, is it necessarily a bad thing that this woman is saying this? No. But she'll learn very quickly that very few men earn the money that she so casually utters. Very few men earn 6 figures. Very few. And by the way, men that she will find attractive, men of the age bracket that she would consider for marriage, there are women that don't care, and they'll be like, you know what, as long as he's got the money, and they'll marry a 60-year-old dude, right? But usually women in their prime physically would want a dude that's, you know, between 5 to 8 years older than she is. She may have a certain requirement in terms of height, religion, this. And the more specific you get, the less men she's able to find that meet those requirements. And so a lot of women are in for a reality check. You know, Kevin Samuels, you know, used to talk to a lot of women about this, and I don't want to say humble them necessarily, but he used to, you know, just give them the facts. And the facts don't lie. And I think it's important to do that because a lot of people are living in la la land, and they have bad influences around them, maybe women around them saying, oh, get yourself a millionaire. And look, if that's what she wants to do, good luck. And you know what? More power to you. If you can find one that you like and respects you, amazing. If I had a daughter and somebody who was very competent, multimillionaire, good person approached my daughter, I would consider giving her away to this man. Now, will I judge the man purely on the money? No, because if there was someone else that came to marry my daughter who was making, let's say, $60,000 a year, but was far more of a man. He was a man of his word. He had integrity and honor. And I could sense that he was a man's man. I would feel better about giving my daughter to the guy that earns less than the guy that was just rich, but he was an actual knobhead in real life, an idiot, a clown. Because there's no real accomplishment just to be with a man who has a lot of money, and that's it. As they say, right? A man that only has money is a very poor man. Okay? You got to have other things. Other things make you more complete. Okay? So look, women requiring a competent man is not a bad thing. Women can demand whatever they want from the man that they're interested in. Now, it's up to the man to be able to say, hey, I can do that, or listen, I can't do that. Now, if she's a reasonable woman who really wants you because she really likes your character and the way you carry yourself, and of course she's attracted to you and she can see that you're going places, most reasonable women will still be with you because they see those characteristics. You see, guys, the thing about very wealthy men or rich men that makes them attractive to women is the characteristics that got them to where they are today. It's not just the money. Of course, the money is nice, and don't get me wrong. They're not going to complain about the money, but it's more so the competence. If there were two dudes, one is 38 and the other, let's say two dudes, both 38 years old, okay? One makes $30,000 a year, the other makes $250,000 a year. It's fair to say that you'll look at the two dudes and be like, you know what? This one that makes $250,000, he's got his shit together. That's a very fair summary. And it's not to say that the other guy that makes $30,000 is a bad human being. No, he might be an incredible brother, an incredible son. But if we're talking about pure results, the guy that makes $250,000 is a better performer. And he will have more options in the sexual marketplace. It is what it is. You can't be angry about that. You can't be like, well, no, it's unfair. I'm a good person. Reality check. It's not just about you being a good person. Okay, when it comes to marriage, you also have to be competent. You have to be a man of responsibility. Right? You have to be a man who is high in terms of your integrity. Amongst many other things, of course, right? But you cannot be frustrated with hypergamy. Just be the best man you can be. And if women reject you along the way because you don't make a certain amount of money, good. If all they see you as is a paycheck and they can't get you because you're not making the money that they want you to make, good riddance, man. On to the next. There will be a woman, I don't want to say that loves you for you, because I don't believe in unconditional love, right? I don't believe in unconditional love. Love is conditional. Because if somebody wants to spend the rest of their life with you, they are doing that based on the assumption that you will carry on displaying the positive traits that they saw when they got with you, right? If you marry a woman and then you start acting like a piece of shit and you start being emotionally abusive and all those other things, she's very well within her right to say, I don't want this anymore. This is not what I signed up for. And likewise for you. If you marry a woman and then she ends up being very hostile with you and disrespectful, and even you're going to be like, well, hang on a second. What happened here? All right? Some women become very vindictive after marriage, and after they have a kid with you, they start leveraging the kid against you in some sort of, a negotiation play, all right, or to get what they want out of you. You ain't going to see your son if you don't. And that's very unfortunate, but it's the world we live in today. So, of course, you've got to make sure you're marrying the right person, but you are marrying someone based on certain conditions. So eliminate this Disney mindset of, oh, we love each other unconditionally. No, the only woman that will love you unconditionally is your mother. And your wife is not your mother. And if you go into the relationship treating your wife like she's your mother, you disrupt the sexual polarity. It will no longer feel like husband and wife. It will feel like mother and son. And a woman ain't going to be attracted to you if she sees you as her son. Your wife ain't going to be attracted to you that way. Like she's got to take care of you. She's got to be in that position. Now, of course, there are some sort of, you could say, motherly traits that your wife may display to you. Being affectionate. So some certain things will remind you of your mother, of course. But she ain't your mother. She's your wife, and you got to treat her like your wife. Okay, you still got to lead. You still got to court her. You got to date her. You're the man of the house. Don't allow her to step into her masculine and start taking charge of things that you should be taking charge of. Okay? So don't stress about hypergamy. Don't worry, oh God, what if she finds someone better than me? If that's your mindset, she will. I'm telling you right now, if that's your mindset, if you live in fear, oh God, but what if I get replaced by a man who makes $100,000 a year? If you live this way out of fear, she will leave you, because you will be carrying yourself in such a paranoid way, treading on eggshells, worried. Is that good enough for you, honey? Was the gift nice enough? No, man. Don't live in fear. I don't want you to sit on your ass and not develop yourself, because women want to see that you're improving year after year. If they feel like you're just doing nothing with your life but going to work and coming home, and even they might be thinking, you know what, this is stagnant. The guy is not really, because they're thinking about it from the perspective of future, the resources, the kids, not just her own selfish desires, right? So you've got to be developing yourself. You've got to be working on yourself every single day, improving yourself every single day. But tell yourself, I'm doing that. I'm seeking improvement in every aspect, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually. She's seeing that. And she won't leave you. All right? She won't leave you if you're doing those things correctly. No, I say she won't leave you. There are going to be some exceptions. She might act up out of the blue and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? But in most cases, she won't leave you if you're being the man that you should be for her. Okay? For yourself first and foremost. But when you take care of yourself in the best possible way, you show up as the best possible man for her. As Jim Rohn used to say, I will take care of me for you as long as you take care of you for me. Okay? Yeah. So hypergamy, don't worry about it. Don't sit there and feel, oh God, she'll find some NBA player or she'll find some rapper and leave me for him. Do you really see yourself in such a low regard? Do you really see yourself with such a low regard? You despise yourself. You dislike yourself. You don't think you're good enough. Clearly you are, because you attracted this woman. You're good enough for her. So carry on being the smooth, charismatic guy that she fell in love with, and seek improvement every day. Okay? Don't stress about, oh, she'll find someone. Don't be thinking like that with that negative ass mindset, man. Okay? That's my take on hypergamy. Don't sit there worrying about it. Oh, but this YouTuber said that women will leave me. It's just my turn. Yeah, bullshit saying she's not yours. It's just your turn. The most loser thing you could say. Well, she's not mine. It's just my turn, I guess. What a pathetic thing to say. Just don't say that. If the relationship breaks apart in the future for whatever reason, it is what it is. But I ain't going to sit there and be like, oh, it was just my turn. Like a loser. Honestly, man, some of the manosphere fucking influencers are embarrassing. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. Be sure to check out the school community down in the description below. I launched a community called the Top 3% where I help men improve their relationship skills. I help them understand gender dynamics, improve their confidence, communication skills, style, fitness, amongst many other things. So if you're someone that wants to develop himself in that regards, be sure to check out the link in the description below. We've got about 17 members right now and growing. And I'd love to welcome you into the team and introduce you to the rest of the guys as well. See you in the next video.